Football boots are a player's most important tool, but let's be honest, we probably all made a few mistakes with our boots over the years.
And today I'll talk you through 5 common boot mistakes that you've probably done at least one of, and also give you ideas on how you can avoid them. Before we get started though, I've already made a video describing some pretty big boot no-nos. For instance, tumbling your boots dry. Just don't do it. Another one is doing boot hacks, completely oblivious to the fact that it might ruin your boots and you can't undo them. And the final one is taking out your laces without considering that it's gonna really hurt the lockdown and the fit. And if you want to know more, I'll leave a link in the description so you can go watch that video afterwards. But number 5 on this list is walking on concrete. And I'll admit it, I've done it, and so have you probably, or you know a friend who has put on their boots at home, then driven to the pitch in the car, and then walked all the way from the parking lot to the pitch with their boots on. And sure, the boots aren't gonna get ruined by walking from the dressing room on concrete to the pitch. I've done that numerous times myself as well. But the more and the further you walk on concrete with your boots on, the higher the risk of the studs getting worn down is, because it's a pretty abrasive material. And also, I've seen quite a lot of people simply falling over because walking on concrete with studs on gets quite slippery. So just avoid that. Put your boots in a boot bag until you get to the dressing room or the pitch, and then just wear your slides or your regular sneakers instead. It's that simple. Number 4 is to buy a pair of football boots because they're really popular with your friends, or you reckon they look amazing, or because your idol is wearing them. No, that shouldn't be the reason, because the first thing you gotta find out when you're looking at a pair of boots you want to buy is if it's the right boot for you. And sure, it's okay if it looks cool, but you gotta find out if you like the fit, the material, if the boot matches your foot shape, and in general it just makes you feel good, because it's much better to have a boot that makes you feel comfortable and confident rather than running around in the pair that you secretly hate because you just want to look cool. And speaking of getting a wrong pair of boots, I think we've all tried sitting there browsing for boots online, finding a pair we really like, but then seeing, they don't really have a right size. But okay, this might be a half a size too small. It's gonna be fine. You've bought the boots, you played in them, and you found out, it wasn't fine. And because you played in them, you can't return them, you might not have the money to buy a new pair, so you're gonna be stuck with them for a considerable amount of time. So seriously, it's worth finding your right size, and a good tip for that is that if you're in doubt, get a couple of the sizes you think might work, get them home, try them on, keep the size that actually fits you well, and return the rest. It's simple, and it works. Second to last is one of my biggest no-nos, which I, surprisingly enough, see more or less on a weekly basis: wearing SG boots on AG pitches. Now, we all know that wearing FG boots on AG pitches normally isn't on, and it's something I'd strongly advise you not to do, but it's doable if you really need to. But SG boots? So the thing is that SG boots have really long studs, and there are fewer of them, which means that you get more pressure on each stud. That means they dig further into the ground and simply grip the AG grass pitch better. So if you want to move your leg, well, the leg moves, but the boot is stuck in the ground, meaning that your knee might, and that's not good. So how do I avoid it? Well, simple. Don't buy SG boots or wear your SG boots if you're playing on artificial grass. And finally, the most common and sadly also biggest mistake is leaving your sweaty, moist, or maybe even wet and muddy boots in your bag after you've used them. But Jay, why should I take them out? I'm lazy and then they're there for next time I need them. Well, the thing is that not only might your boots end up smelling like a dead donkey, but also if you leave the moist boots in there, well, the moisture might go in and weaken the seams and the glue holding the boots together, so they might end up falling apart faster than you want them to. So just spend those extra, 2 minutes taking them out the bag, give them a quick clean down if they need to, slap some newspapers inside to suck away the moisture and let them dry naturally. And then you can thank me later, because it works. So I've done it, your friends have done it, and let's be honest, you've probably also made a few of these mistakes yourself. But which is the biggest mistake in your book? Well, at least you should let us know in the comment section right down below. And then maybe go kill some more time by learning some wicked skills in our playlist right over there. But before you go, don't also forget to make sure that you subscribe to the channel with the notifications on to join the Unisport Live family and not miss a single of our wicked football videos. And with that said, guys, I'm signing off. Cheerio.